Yes, so for that organization, they need to again to see what is happening. They can benchmark their different segments within the supply chain, and then you have different approaches. You can go first by products. You have a portfolio of product, and then you can rank your top contributors, top emitters inside your portfolio of products, and then of course you act accordingly for each of these value chain. And you start with product one, then you go with product two, the value chain of the product three, etc. Or what we are seeing as well is we start in a segment, so agnostic to product. But let's say I know that my problem is the transportation, or I know that my problem is the usage, of my product, such as, a vehicle. So it means that then you identify which segment you want to work on, and then you work on that segment. So I'm sharing two main actions that we are seeing in the value chain. So when you identify the best strategy. And honestly speaking, what we are seeing is the reality is a mix of these two answers, because it's two complex problems. So you need to work on these two. But then you can reach your level of decarbonization. And I would say the other thing, it's important to work on a reduction first. And because I'm saying first, because then we have the concept of compensation. But first is really work to reduce. So we push company, they are pushed a lot to work on their reduction. Forget for a moment the concept of compensation, because as we all know, we cannot have more CO2 or GHG inside the atmosphere now. So stop emission, stop emission. So it's why when you work on the big emitters in your supply chain, it's another good strategy. So it is another way to engage. Why that section? Another way to engage is the easiest return on investment. And when you deploy traceability across a value chain, yes, you can enable greenhouse gases measurement, but also you see your flow of inventories. You see the movement of all your products and goods across your entire value chain. And that gives you a lot of different use cases, not about sustainability, but about supply chain efficiency, production capacity, inventory terms. That's amazing. So then when you come back to have a choice and you say, oh my God, maybe I should start with the segment where I will have a fast return on investment. Because if I better manage, my inventories from farm to transformation, I will reduce my waste, I will save more money, and at the same time, I can reduce my emissions, CO2 emissions happening in that upstream supply chain. That's excellent as well. And it helps you to finance your next step. It helps you to fund your next step, because it's all a question on return on investment. When you need to justify investment in ESG and in decarbonization, if you can, of course, justify that it will improve your profitability in the next 2 years, I think it helps a lot. So it's why also we see companies that are engaging, prioritizing their action based on ROI as well.